Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. Shalawam, Shalawam. Alright, first and foremost, facing the east, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barak. Those are the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yahawah is the Father's true name. That means He is, He exists. Bahasham means in the name. Ba meaning in, Ha meaning the, Sham meaning name. Yahawashi is the name of the Son. That means He saves, He delivers. All right? And Barak is how you say a spirit that's holy, a spirit that's set apart. Okay? Second of all, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. It's your brother Yerami Kazak, will hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barak. Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children. This lesson is going to be a continuation of Sirach, the 20th chapter. A continuation of Sirach, the 20th chapter. Okay? We're going to get into it real quick. All right. Waiting on the brother Deb to get up in here in a minute. And I'm going to give him about a minute or two to get up in here. And then we'll start. All right, but Shalawam to the brothers coming in. Shalawam, Shalawam, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham. Share the live out real quick. And if it's any type of questions, we'll take questions right now, as well as after the live too. Any type of questions on anything while we waiting on the brother to get up in here. Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam, y'all. All right, no questions. All right, well, the brother will get in here. When he get in here, I'm going to keep it going. So we're going to go back to Sirach, and we was at the 15th verse. Sirach, the 20th chapter. The 15th verse is where we stopped on the last lesson. We was going into this. So it reads, He giveth little and upbraideth much. He openeth his mouth like a crier. Today he lendereth, and tomorrow will he ask it again. Such an one is to be hated of power and man. All right? So be these individuals they're giving you a little bit, but they're correcting you and rebuking you a lot. You know what I'm saying? They're not upholding and doing. They're really not practicing what they preach. Okay? Majority is the black church, man. These guys, they telling you to do this, telling you to do that, but they don't keep none of those things. The Pharisees was the same. All right? They tell you to do this, tell you to do that, but they don't keep none of those laws and things that they are trying to put you under. Okay? When they breaking these things themselves. So it gets exposed. He openeth his mouth like a crier. Today he lendereth, and tomorrow will he ask it again. Okay? Hey, in this thing, you are expected to have a job or to hustle. Don't be the one that's owing everybody. Or you always need somebody to pay for you. You know? You got to get out there and get some type of, employment or DoorDash or Uber Eats or something, man. Instacart, cut grass, something, man. Don't be sitting on your ass all day. All right? So this truth is not a cloak, for you to just be lazy. I just got to do the lessons, man. Nah, bro. You got to do more than lessons. You still got to take care of your family. Okay? We are what? Subject to make payments. Barak 3 and 8. Okay? Matthew 7 and 5, I get that for the brother. Man, let's start at 1. Zay! Matthew 7 and 1. Judge not that you be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mate, it shall be measured to you again. So whoever you judging, that's going to come right back to you, especially if you off. All right? So these guys that giveth little but upbraideth much, okay, it's going to come right back to them. So be sincere and don't be out here telling somebody something and you not doing it yourself. Hey, there go the brother. Let's get the brother up here. Shalawam, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yasharahla.
Shalawam, Yahawah, Barak.
Good to see you, bro. Good to get you up in here.
Glad to be here. I'm excited to finish it up.
So we had verse 15. I read 15. We're gonna get 16 in a minute.
All
right. So back at it. Matthew 7 and 3. And why beholdeth thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considereth not the beam that is in thine own eye? Don't be that Jake that's always trying to correct when your shit stink at the same time. That's the main thing. You look at Eve today. Eve is, she always constantly like, get a job, take care of your kids, blah. Meanwhile, she's on Wick, she's on EBT, she's on Snap, she's munching off the government. But she out here looking for a man that's gonna take her to Barbados or something. You understand? No accountability, no accountability whatsoever, no responsibility at all. So she's expecting somebody to do all of this for her, but she's not doing any of that for herself. You don't want to be that type of individual. And the sad thing is, but it's according to the curses, a lot of us men was raised by women, independent-minded women, single mother women, okay, that had that where they got to do it on their own, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if you get caught up in this world and you never had a father figure or nothing in your life, then you may take some of those traits from that woman. So this truth is supposed to straighten you out. The scriptures is supposed to straighten you out. And you're supposed to realize that your mother, bro, she was wrong. All right? Your mother and your father or whoever, your auntie and all of that, they was according to the world. They wasn't according to the scripture. It wasn't no thus saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi with them. It was thus saith what Auntie Kiki say. And that's not going to work out with the Most High. All right? So these women, they never look at the beam that's in their own eye. All right? Verse 4. And you brothers, some of you brothers, man. Verse 4. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So fix your stuff first, and then you're able to help others. You need to be in a healthy state. You need to be psychologically good. You need to be mentally okay before you go and try to help somebody. Okay? So, Another scripture is, why do you go to the unjust for judgment? Pretty much. I'm just loosely quoting it. Why would you go to these Edomites for justice? Why? And that goes back to you women. Eve want to call the cops on her man. You going to the unjust to get some justice, but never holding yourself accountable. When you see a female getting her ass whooped, well, in my mind is, what did she do? Okay? It's not no helper. No, hell no. That's none of my business. It's, damn, she must have really pissed that brother off. She probably cheating on him or son. Look at Ike and Tina Turner. Tina was wicked, bro. This is a thing that a lot of y'all don't want to. Tina was wicked, bro. Whitney Houston was wicked, bro. Okay? You understand? They was wicked. So I'm not feeling bad for that female. And let's say a situation, sister's in that situation and she's not wicked, which is not majority of the time, because a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. But let's say a brother is doing that and the woman ain't do nothing or whatever. He just, like that. Well, the Most High is going to get him. Leave it up to the Most High. That's not your business. It's not your business. Okay? Verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. This is why we have no business being in all these bug out lives. Now, it may be certain lives where you may see a brother and he calling on the names, and hey, you may join up and I wouldn't suggest new brothers at all to join up. That's not necessary. You need to get a strong foundation. All right? But you may see us from time to time go into something. All right? But when it gets to a point where it's just disagreements and all of that, then hey, we bouncing, we stepping. Because they're not going to get it. And the Spirit revealed it to us. They're not going to get it. You understand? So I'm not about to cast my pearls unto swine. JK, that brother. Hey, Shalawam, bro. Perfect example was when you went in that Bug Outs live. That Yasharahla dude. Which we went in there before, maybe a couple days prior. And, figured out in his spirit that dude ain't right. He was saying a couple points that made sense, that lined it up with the doctrine. But then he has a whole lot of BS that does not line up with the doctrine. So that's showcased in him, And you was like, man, I just saw another brother from my area, from my tribe, that's in the truth. Well, it doesn't matter. I wanted to address that point many a times. So what if a brother is Judah? It don't necessarily mean that brother about to be righteous or whatever. He's of my tribe. All right? Man, what was that? Where was we at? I forget. Last weekend, I think. I was, my rib, her coworker, invited us to her house, and they had like a pool. They had like a pool party and stuff. So we was chilling. They Issachar. Bro, I had so much damn fun, bro. Every time I'm drinking, the lady, you want some more wine? You want some more wine? You good? They got food. We chilling. It was beautiful, man. All right. I went to the beach a couple weeks ago. We went to Zuma Beach by Malibu, and nothing but Issachar there. So it's like, bro, it's not just necessarily gonna be your tribe or whatever. I get it. Brothers want to be around their tribe. Yeah, that's cool. You can have tribe pride, but that's not necessarily going to be the case all the time. It doesn't matter what tribe you are. These are Israelites. What type of Israelites are they? So don't try to get caught up on, I just got to be around Benjamin because I'm Benjamin. I got to be around Issachar because I'm Issachar. I got to be around Zebulon because I'm Zebulon. No. The Most High has scattered us and put us in the midst of each other. That's another reason why you got Northern Kingdom going against Southern Kingdom, because of that mindset. All right? So don't ever have that mindset. So let's go back to Sirach 20 and 16. You can read it, bro.
This is Sirach 20 and 16. And let just men eat and drink with thee, and let thy glorying be in the fear of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi.
Wait, that's not it.
Oh no, my fault. No, I'm on some chat. You on Sirach chapter 9 verse.
Oh, 20, bro.
My bad. I went to my bookmark. I told you I had a bookmark of it. My fault. Cause I was looking into that one, so it keep going to the last site that I visited. That's my fault. Salakia. All right. So we on Ecclesiasticus
2016.
2016. Got it. All right. The fool saith, I have no friends, I have no thank for all my good deeds, and they that eat my bread speak evil of me.
Keep it going.
How oft and of how many shall he be laughed to scorn? For he knoweth not aright what it is to have, and it is all one unto him, as if he had it not.
So this similar topic was spoke of in the book of Proverbs, right? Where you gathered all these type of goods, okay? These materials. But what is it profiting you for? Okay, you don't really get happiness from materials. Okay? The Most High designed us to be around one another. He said what in Genesis, the 2nd chapter? It's not good for man to be alone. Okay? You actually designed to go forth and multiply, be fruitful and multiply. So you are designed to have a family. That's how it is, bro. You know? Now at this time, yeah, some brothers will be as, brothers that have wives be as if they don't have wives, or brothers be eunuchs and things of that nature. You do that for the faith, you do what you do. But ultimately in the kingdom, we're going to be what? We're going to be producing, having large families, all right? Hundreds and hundreds of children, and going into the thousands, because we're going to continue to produce. And then our kids are going to produce. And bro, before you know it, it's billions and billions and billions of Israelites scattering and all over the universe, right? So the fool saith, I have no friends. I have no thank for all my good deeds. You don't want to burn bridges. Don't be haste, even with your family members. This is why we tell brothers, bro, don't get in arguments with your family members and things of that nature. They don't agree with you about this truth. Okay, don't talk this truth with them. The Spirit has showed you that it's not for them. So let's talk about something else. I talked to my dad about football, basketball when I talk to him. I don't try to go into religion with him. Okay? I love my dad still. You got to respect and honor your parents. So I'm not, and then now if they bring it up, they ask me something, then okay, good. We're going to go into it. But I don't want to go into it, and because it's already a touchy subject, right? So you don't want to burn all these bridges to the point where you're just alone and you in that lonely wolf type spirit. You look at these Israelites, which Kakama put the dude in the chat, and I was talking about him earlier, that Yanasha dude. He has burnt bridges with us. He said things, and if the brother come back, repent, and come back, hey, we take you back in, bro. But I mean, shoot, this nigga constantly doing it over and over and over, so it's kind of weird. And he has a demonic spirit on him. But he said certain things out of haste, and then he's come back and was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, blah, blah, blah. And then he's went back. So he has an unstable mind. He's double-minded, unstable in all his ways. That is how you don't want to be. That's a fool. Because you're saying things and you're basically saying, fuck y'all. Pretty much is what he's saying. And you won't accept your mistakes. You won't accept and hold yourself accountable to what you've done. And then it's going to turn around one day when you ain't got nobody. This is why you don't forsake the brotherhood, man. All right? Once again, I'm going to read this again. The fool saith, I have no friends. I have no thanks for all my good deeds. And they that eat my bread speak evil of me. This is what's going on with all these 2/3. Look at the Diddy's. Look at the Jay-Z's. Look at the Kendrick Lamar's. Look at the Drake's. All right? Somebody was in his camp sending stuff to Kendrick. You understand? Somebody that you're feeding is betraying you. You see this constantly in the movies. All right? It's that one dude that you didn't pay enough. That one dude you made a joke on. Now he's out to get you. He wants your spot. That's how 2/3 operate. That's how they operate in the world, man. Okay? It's no trust. It's no honor amongst thieves, as they say. Verse 17, how often and of how many shall he be laughed to scorn? For he knoweth not aright what it is to have, and it is all one unto him as if he had it not. So everything that everything that he has and possesses, it's like he doesn't even have it. It's pointless. You have no happiness with it. You sell your soul and you get all this different type of stuff in the world, but you can't enjoy it. You're plagued by demons. Okay? Is that enjoyable? Would you want a mansion and cars and women and all of that, but you plagued by demons? You can't sleep. You got to take no-dose. No, not no-dose, but you got to take whatever, pills to knock you out just to go to sleep. And then in your sleep, you having nightmares. The Most High is plaguing you. Okay? All right? So keep it going, bro. Wait a minute. Real quick, to this dude, as the matriarch of the scattered of Israel, I can affirm that we are black only. My son's not for. I can affirm you a dumbass, bro. Okay? We can get your ass up out of here. All right? You keep it going, bro.
God, they always popping up like that.
Yeah.
All right. So this verse 18, to slip upon the pavement is better than to slip with the tongue. So the fall of the wicked shall come speedily. That's the
Yeah.
part there.
You want to break it?
Oh yeah. So like to let you know, like if you would like to actually stumble in real life, you might be temporarily hurt and got to recover for a little bit. But when you slip up with your tongue, doing like false teaching, making rash vows, slander, that's something that brings destruction and judgment from the Most High. So you gotta be careful what you say. If you can control what's coming out your mouth, control it. Practice restraint.
Could you get that one? I think it's in Job. The triumph of the wicked is short.
Triumph. Let me see.
If you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to bring this out real quick. This is Psalms 94 and 3. Yahawah, how long shall the wicked triumph? All right. And as the brother's about to bring out, their triumph is short. So they've been in rulership 676 years at this point in time. Okay. Since they came out of those caves from the black plague, the Black Death to now. That's a 676 years. It's lucky. So that's nothing. That's really about half a day and an hour to the Most High. You understand? So it's not that long. It's half a day. Because a day to the Most High is what? 1,000 years. They haven't even been in rulership a day to the Most High. Right? So their triumph is short. All right? And the Most High is cutting it short so we can actually be saved. You found it, bro?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, bring it up.
This is Job, chapter 20, verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Yeah, that's it. Say it again. You kind of breaking up.
Yeah, my connection a little bad. My bad. It says, this is Job chapter 20, verse 5. that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
So that's
Heard
it,
me, Mark?
man. Yeah, I heard you read it, but I can't hear what you said afterwards.
All right, I had to reestablish my Wi-Fi. All right, so tell me if I'm coming in clean now. You can hear me better?
Yeah, you good, you good.
All right. You want me to read it again?
Nah, you good. So they gonna be took out quickly, man. Their triumph is short. They're being preserved for an appointed time, an appointed rulership, which is now, and that little season, as we know in Revelations the 20th chapter. So we're in that little season, and we're really at the end of it. All right.
God. And like I said, my Salakia for cutting you off.
No, you got it.
No, I was just saying that, like I say in Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So that clearly, implies that it's a certain period of time, when Esau going to take over and we're going to be in subjection, and then it's going to be an end of it, and then Jacob's going to take over forever and ever.
Exactly. So according to prophecy, the YT man has to be in rulership before we come into rulership. So if you have, the spirit of prophecy about you, then you can see that this is that time, man. And isn't he coming down with great wrath? Isn't Trump doing everything that he can, to keep his little kingdom going? All right. The banking family's doing everything they can. Okay. According to Ezekiel 38th chapter, we're seeing, Gog Magog, Russia, align with all these different type of countries, such as Iran, which is the Persians, Gomer, which is Turkey, okay, China, all these different type of countries they're aligning with to what? To fight against America, to fight against Babylon, to fight against the Edomites. So according to prophecy, that's where we at, right? You can read the next one, bro. Verse 19. Verse 19, bro.
I was reading, I was on mute, my bad. I'm trying to get used to this live. I don't be doing lives.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So this is Sirach chapter 20, verse 19. An unseasonable tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise.
Booyah. And what were we told? We're told to let our speech always be with season. All right, let's go get that real quick. This is Colossians 4 and 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how ye ought to answer every man. Now, these Edomites, they say the first thing that comes to their mind. They don't think. All right? They don't have a mindset about them. They speak from a position of power and a position of wrath. That's why they're coming down with great wrath. So their seasoning is not with salt. Okay, Trump, man, this guy says whatever, bro. Like he said when he was with the Japanese prime minister lady, and he said, yeah, we know all about sneak attacks. Y'all know all about sneak attacks. What happened with Pearl Harbor? I'm like, bro, that's not something that you really talk about. Like that's a traumatic event. Okay, on both sides. They don't understand. Okay, courtesies. They don't understand manners. They're cavemen, right? They don't understand these type of ways. So their ways are unseasoned. Their mouth is unseasoned. Lies. An unseasoned tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise. And they're unwise. They may be wise in the world, but they're unwise according to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, because they don't fear him. They try to be him. That's unwise. You got it, bro. You get the next one.
A wise sentence shall be rejected when it cometh out of a fool's mouth, for he will not speak it in due season.
Yeah. A wise sentence shall be rejected when it cometh out of a fool's mouth. Look at them trying to they're trying to do certain things to try to fix the earth, but it's too late. Okay, they talking about reparations, but that never happens. And furthermore, y'all can't pay us enough for what y'all did to us over these centuries. You have furthered the affliction. You went farther than what the Most High, set up. You were supposed to let us go back into our land, just like the Persians did. Okay, you're supposed to let us go back to our land, but instead you took our land, you stole it, and you took our identity. And now you're calling yourselves us. So you went too far. So it doesn't matter what you do at this point in time. Okay? You're power hungry. You're caught up. All right? So for he will not speak it in due season. You don't, it's like, I stole your car or, and you come and give me the car back 2 years later or something. Bro, what? It's best to fess up to what you did at that point in time and suffer the punishment. If you do that, bro, the punishment might be less just because you had honor and integrity about yourself and you fessed up about it. I remember as a kid, I used to always, if I did something, I would fess up automatically. My mama catch me, I did it. I'm not about to lie about it. Because if you lie about it and then she find out that you did it, oh, it's going to be far worse. We honor. We respect somebody that's honorable, that has integrity about themselves, man. So hold yourself accountable. That's why, we got a little milk chat. Don't just be, for brothers, bro, don't just say something and think that shit is going to fly. That's an Edomite trait. You just want to wing it. You just want to say anything. Oh, yeah. Nick, when I ask these questions, I know the answer. So when you say something, that shit is not going to fly because that's not the answer, man. How much more the Most High? Okay? You can't pull a wool over the Most High and fake it till you make it. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to work out that way. You got to come correct. You got it, bro. You get the next one. Or if you want to add something, you got it.
No, I got nothing to add, not yet. You was doing real good. I was listening to what you were saying.
Yeah,
I'm still a babe, so I'm still. All right, but this Sirach 21. There is that is hindered from sinning through want, and when he taketh rest, he shall not be troubled. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
There is that destroyeth his own soul through bashfulness, and by accepting of persons overthroweth himself. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, so 21, there is that is hindered from sinning through want, and when he taketh rest, he shall not be troubled. Don't allow, all this type of stuff that you're seeking in the world to overcome you, to take you down. Just chill out, just rest, sit back, relax. If you could, bro, get I think it's John 15. Matter of fact, I'll go find it real quick.
All right.
This is, matter of fact, you can get it. John 15 and 18. Right?
15, 18.
Yeah. And then back on Sirach 20 and 22, there is that destroyeth his own soul through bashfulness, and by accepting of persons overthroweth himself. So once again, you don't allow everybody into your house. And what the brother is about to read, is we're not aligning with the world. We're not accepting everybody in the world. We live a certain way. We live according to a certain standard that everybody else doesn't live according to. And so what? All right? They're going to not like us for it. They're going to hate us for it. They're going to persecute us for it. Okay, great. But this is the way that the Most High designed us to live. As I said earlier, you are supposed to go into a woman and have kids. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay? If they talking about man with man, woman with woman. That's wrong, bro. According to what the Most High said. You understand? So, as the scriptures say, if it seems evil for you to serve Yahawah, in Joshua the 24th chapter, hey, it seems evil for you to keep the laws, commandments, and statutes, then this ain't for you, man. Go do your thing. All right, you can bring that John, bro.
Khan, this is John chapter 15, verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. That's nice. I love that.
Yeah, keep it going.
If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So the world is what? That's talking about, the world, these carnal individuals. And hey, we Israelites, we in this truth, so we're not of the world. And then you have Israelites that are of the world. All right. So you got our own people that have a line with the YT man, that have a line with the heathens, that do things like the heathens. You still voting, you in the world, man. Okay? You still voting, doing Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, all of that. You are of the world. Now we use the world, we don't abuse the world. During the 4th of July, did I look at the fireworks? Yeah, I looked at the fireworks. They everywhere. Okay? Am I buying them and popping them? No, I'm not celebrating this place. Okay? So, these things are around us, but we're not going to worship these false idols. Although they're putting them up everywhere. We know better than to worship these things. We know better than to align ourselves with this government and this country. I'm not voting for your president because my king is coming. You understand that? That's what you Jakes need to understand, man. Y'all voting for Trump. Look at this man. He brought ICE down on y'all, unaliving y'all, throwing y'all in jails, throwing y'all off airplanes into the ocean, doing all this type of stuff to y'all. Alligator Alcatraz, man. You voted for this guy? You rejected the king. You thought it was somebody better than our king, Yahawashi, which is coming back. Okay. You got it, bro. If you want to add something or you want to keep going.
I was just going to add what you were saying because, I was feeling it. You got to realize that what we going through in spiritual Babylon is just a continuation, of what happened during his ministry during the Roman Empire. So it's like, he was condemned, he was crucified, they was literally trying to prevent him from getting out the gospel. And it's the same what you see nowadays. So if you see somebody doing good out here, like it's saying in Luke, chapter 6, I forget the exact verse, but it's something like, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, you should be worried about somebody who doing really good in this system because that clearly shows his alignment, with the beast system. If you out here, living, the true gospel, you following the sound doctrine, you got to expect backlash. That's what come with it. So you can't love the world and love Yahawashi at the same time.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, you're going to have brothers that set up well-to-do, having good jobs. All right? Yahawah may set those brothers up to help the ministry. Keep that in mind. So you got to learn how to get money. All right? You got to get a job and all that. You may have a good job, but don't allow that job to overshadow Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Where that job got you missing camp. Okay, you can't come around the brotherhood, etc., things of that nature. All right, some jobs, man, you got to turn down, and that may sound crazy to you. You just turn down, okay. Some things you have to put to the back burner, man. That career that you had, okay, all of this type of different stuff. You got to prioritize Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi at the top. What does this scripture say? Seek the kingdom of heaven first, and all these things shall be given unto you. So that's for every era. Seek Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi first, and he's going to establish you. You want him to be your foundation. He's going to establish you. Okay? Keep it going, bro. We in Sirach. Where we at? 23. 20 and 23.
All right, Sirach 20 and 23. There is that for bashfulness promiseth to his friend, and maketh him his enemy for nothing.
Exactly. You know, so when you say something to a brother, hey, do it. Keep your word. All right? Keep your word. Be sincere. Be real. You
Right,
know?
right. You know, because like making those promises and you can't keep them, you know, that's how you're gonna be remembered in that brother's eyes, and then you're gonna like that's gonna lead to like unnecessary conflicts down the line. You know, so it's definitely like you said, like don't make a promise you can't keep for the most part.
Yes, sir. You can keep it going.
Verse 24, a lie is a foul blot in a man, yet it is continually in the mouth of the untaught.
Yeah. So that becomes their habitation. That becomes what's used to them. You got individuals in this world, they lie for nothing. They just lie to lie. It's because they're addicted to it now. Habitual liars. Like going back on that individual, Yanasha. This dude is around here telling people that he was in Delta Force. That's a lie. He's habitually lying at this point. And none of us believe it, man. Okay? Nobody believes that bullshit. Nobody believes your lies. So therefore, it's a what? It's a blot in a man. It's continually in the mouth of the untaught. You out here trying to do lessons and things of that nature, but you truly you never reformed your mind. You never emptied out your cup. You was a liar in the world. Now you a liar in this truth. Therefore, you're really not even in the truth. You're bringing worldly ways into this truth, man. Lying. All right? I hate a liar, bro. You can't be around no liar because you can't trust him. It makes you insecure. You know? You can get it, bro. 25. 25.
Got you. Verse 25, a thief is better than a man that is accustomed to lie, but they both shall have destruction to heritage.
A thief is better than a man that is accustomed to lie, but they both shall have destruction to heritage. Your house, as we say all the time, we are going to be the patriarchs in the kingdom. We are going to be the fathers of these houses, which are about to be set up. Okay? The men, you are going to be the patriarchs. The 2/3 are going to come from you, come from your line. Your name is going to be lifted up above everybody else. That's the rank, right? So your heritage is going to be a great heritage of a righteous man, of a brother that stood tall in the midst of Babylon, in the midst of all adversity, and he stood for the name of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, right? But this 2/3 heritage, these 2/3, these individuals that's wicked, these gang bangers, that's not a heritage that we're going to bring into the kingdom, bro. All right? These individuals that's getting poked just to be in the music industry, that's not a heritage we're going to bring into the kingdom. Okay? As my brother Adar Gabar says, you can't start the kingdom with 2/3. You understand? So their heritage is going to be destroyed. Thieves, liars, murderers, adulterers, fearful, fornicators, sorcerers, those that do zodiac signs. You're not coming into the kingdom. I don't give a damn if you're an Aquarius, a Capricorn, or a Sagittarius. I don't give a damn. You're not coming into the kingdom. You will be born into it. You won't walk into it. You better leave behind all these false doctrines that you have heard, that you have been taught. All this wine of Babylon. You think you about to go and tell Yahawashi, I'm a Taurus. Get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay? No, we don't hold to no 73 book canon. We hold to the 80 book canon, the correct canon, the 1611 KJV. Okay? That's the proper understanding. Keep it going, bro. You can get the next one.
And this is verse 26. The disposition of a liar is dishonorable, and his shame is ever with him. Yeah,
Yep.
kind. Yeah, so basically, like, you know, if you're a deceitful person, you know, that's going to carry a reputation, and, you know, you can't be trusted. People just gonna always know, like, oh, that's that liar over there. Watch out for him.
And that's going to follow,
Mm-hmm.
even though they're going to be born into the kingdom, that's going to follow them in the kingdom. They're not
Mm-hmm.
going to be lying no more and breaking the law, but they're going to have to walk around with their head down. We know what they did. Okay? You're going to have that shame upon you for a time period, man. All right? You're going to have a lower rank than a 144,000 or a 1/3 man. And you deserve that. Because that's what you did. You chose Esau over Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, bro. You're not going to get away from that. All right. Now, over time, yeah, you're going to be straight, but you're still going to have a lower rank. You got it, bro.
All right, this is verse 27. A wise man shall promote himself to honor with his words, and he that hath understanding will please greet him.
Please, great men.
Or will
Please,
please
great
great
men.
men. Yeah, that's my fault, Salakia. Will please
Yeah.
great men.
So that's what we do. Okay. By us teaching this truth, who is the greatest of us? Yahawashi. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the prototype, man. We please him. And by pleasing him, we please Yahawah. Right? So by doing what we supposed to do, not being extra, not doing too much, not trying to show off, all right? By doing what you're supposed to do the correct way, the right way, diligently, you are pleasing Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? Man, I hate you brainiac ass niggas, bro. Y'all be trying to know it all. You are what's it, nigga? Smart guy. Okay? He's a smart guy. Do. Shut your ass. That's what you is. You know? No, man, get up out of here with that, bro. We make it plain upon tables so that anybody can come up here and get the understanding. And if they got questions, we will answer their questions. We're not going to try to sound higher than you. All right? We're in the midst of you, as Yahawashi was. That's how it's supposed to be. We're not high-minded. All right? So don't try to be like that, man. By doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to please great men. Once again, a wise man shall promote himself to honor with his words, not with his merchandise, not with, all these damn promos, not with all these damn debates that he's doing on YouTube. All right, you got Tazariak whack ass, one Hebrew Israelite versus 10 Christians. Man, get out of here with that, bro. That entertainment, that folly, if you get caught up in that, then you deserve it. You deserve to be caught up in that because that's not the truth. That's not what we're here for. Keep it going, bro.
All right, and this is verse 28. He that tilleth his land shall increase his heat, and he that pleaseth great men shall get pardon for iniquity.
Khan, what's your land right now, Malak?
My land right now, we in captivity right now. We in a spiritual Babylon.
Yeah, so what's your land? What's your spiritual land and what's your land? What's
My
yours?
land right now. Oh, it was mine's, right? It's the only thing I can control right now in this is like my faith, the gospel, following the correct names and, putting my foot forward, as far as the work that I dish out, showing that I serve the Most High.
All right, think about it more. What do you possess?
Oh, nothing. I don't possess nothing. I don't possess nothing.
Yes, you do.
I was thinking of it from a literal standpoint, as far as like in my name, something that's in my name, literal.
What's in your name? What's in your name?
Okay, like the car I have.
Nah. What is your possession?
Oh, my wife, my
yeah.
family. Okay.
Go. There we go.
Got you.
So that's under your authority. Mm-hmm. You are in charge of your wife. You are in charge of your kids. These are your possessions.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So these souls, you have to try to guide these souls and steer these souls into the chariots with you. Okay? So another thing is you said, this gospel, this word, you control the lessons that you put out. These things that you're putting out. Okay? So that right there is what you can work on. As it says, he that tilleth his land shall increase his heap. You do lessons, then your spirit is going to be increased. You watch and grow. You watch the elders. You learn, then you're going to be increased because you're constantly working in the field. This is why Yahawashi brought it to the similitude of plowing. He that tilleth, he that go forth and, put down the plow. Don't give away. Don't just leave the plow. That's your land. And what is that plow? That's the works. So you can't start the works and quit the works. You got to continuously sow. Therefore, you'll have crops coming up later on. And that's why, because they was in your spiritual bank account. Okay? Hold up. Zane, take a nap. Now, y'all saw me. I gave him a chance at the beginning of the live, and that was his second chance. He got to go take a nap now. He making too much noise, All right? So, he that tilleth his land shall increase his heap. Do what you can, according to your measure of faith. And he that pleaseth great men shall get pardon from iniquity. Acts 3:19. Repent and convert so that your sins may be blotted out. You please great men. You please Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Therefore, you get pardon from iniquity. What is iniquity? Sin upon sin upon sin. That's what we committed in the world. So therefore, if we do these works, if we keep the faith, we get pardon from the iniquities, which our sentence should be death, but we got pardon. He let us go. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi said, nah, you don't got to die. I'm gonna make you exempt from the second death. I'm going to bring you up out of that. I'm going to give you the mark, all right? The spiritual mark. So he's basically coming and pulling us out of the jail. By these scriptures, we were made free. We were set free. You know what I'm saying? So that's extremely important to understand, man. All right? We want that pardon. You got it, bro. 29. Or what? If you want to add something, you got it.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna just get 29. Right, this is verse 29. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove.
Presents and gifts. Let's get a precept. All right. Because that's what you see many a times in this world. It's Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth his heart, the heart. So, presents and gifts. That's what you constantly see, such as 501(c)(3)s, grants, $1 million, all right, luxury, okay, higher status, all right, these type of things, man. These individuals sell out for these type of temporary pleasures, and they're brought low because of that. It destroyeth his heart. It destroyeth his mind. So that's what that scripture is talking about.
Con. And this just to back you, I got Exodus chapter 23, verse 8. It say, and thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise and perverteth the words of the righteous. So, with that being said, like you saying, taking bribes, favors, or gifts, it softens a man's stance, his position in life, and it could blind him to the corruption that, somebody is having ulterior motives with and asking you for what they're doing and gifting you for what they're gifting you with. And it could stop you from speaking boldly. It could silence you in a sense.
Yeah, that's perfect, bro. That's perfect. Yep. Let's get that 30.
All right, so this is Sirach chapter 20, verse 30. Wisdom that is hid and treasure that is hoarded up, what profit is in them both?
Booyah. It's been a video going around, Elder Apostle Tahar was saying, if you in Great Millstone, you got to do videos, bro. Don't hold your wisdom. Don't hoard it up. Yahawashi brought it out with the talents. The one that had one talent, just because you got one talent, you don't know that much. That does not give you an excuse not to teach or not to, do something about it. Let people know. Every brother's not going to be on the street corners, okay? But at least teach your family, tell your family, help your family, keep the Shabbat, do these type of things, So don't just sit on this treasure that you have. This is treasure. Let me get Isaiah 33. I'm going to get it real quick. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahawah is his treasure. So this is a treasure to us. Why would you sit on it? You a stingy ass individual. Yeah, I ain't gonna give this to nobody. Come on, bro. No, you supposed to help your brothers and sisters grow, man. Lift them up. Get them up out of darkness. Help to bring them up out of that. Show them the light. The scriptures tells you to shine your light. You're like a light set on a great hill. You're supposed to shine your light unto the world. All right? You got it, bro.
Yeah, I was just going to precept what you were saying with Luke 11, verse 33. When they say, no man, when he have lighted a candle, putteth it in a secret place, neither under a bushel, but on a candlestick, that they which come in may see the light. So, exactly like what you were saying, withholding knowledge in scriptures, without preaching, teaching, you just sitting on it, letting it build up within you, it renders it completely useless. It's like, all of this stuff, prophecy and everything, but you ain't doing nothing with it to enlighten anybody, just hoarding it to yourself. You become like Esau.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And that's a perfect precept, because that precepts perfectly with this. All right. You can get 31. We almost done.
All right, Khan. And this is Sirach chapter 20, verse 31. Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom.
Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom. And brothers you may mess up. All right. But hey, repent and get right. All right. Repent and get right. Like, is Kakama in here? We say it many a times. This dude, Rail Byers, he was just constantly on the live playing 2K, on here doing folly. All right. It's like, yo, make another account for that or something, bro. Don't do that on the account that you teach on. That's not what it is. You got to be an ambassador of this thing. So you got to carry yourself a certain way, a particular way. You can't be out here showing all these folly ass movements, because what is that going to lead to the sheep? Like, hey, I'm strict, austere, but I still show y'all sometimes I'm chilling. I'm enjoying my family and shit like that. I ain't showing it too much, but I'm like, yo, you got to have a life too. Don't be a super brew. You got to enjoy your family, enjoy your wife, enjoy your kids. Go see a movie, do something with your life, have pleasure, have time, release some stress, work out. You know what I'm saying? Don't be over righteous. Don't, just because you came to this truth. Like I said earlier, you use the world, you don't abuse it. So we watch movies, we play the game, we do these type of things. We enjoy ourselves, but we're not in the spirit of myrrh. I'm not trying to go to Coachella. I'm not trying to go to Rolling Loud. I'm not in the midst of all that type of bullshit. Okay? I'm not doing all of that. But we do things using wisdom. All right? Kind, bro. 2 Corinthians 6:3, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. So I'm not gonna go live while I'm drunk or post, something like that or something like that. You got to leave those worldly ways behind. You just got to leave that stuff behind. And you got to do things in moderation. All right. So it's, once again, better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom. Bring us out, bro. 32. Last one.
Let's go out with a bang. All right, so this is verse 32. Necessary patience in seeking Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
Yeah.
Mm.
Have patience. Be diligent. Wait for your time. Wait. Come up the right way. Come up the correct way. Work on your, like basketball. My son play basketball. Like, he's nice, but you got to work on, constantly work on your fundamentals. Constantly work on your reactions. Work on these skills. All right. So when time comes for you to play in these pressure positions and things of that nature, you have a good foundation. You got Jakes out here, they want to do the fancy stuff. They want to do all the stuff that, is going to get them popularity. But I bring it out all the time. Tim Duncan, man, great with fundamentals. Okay. Got him some rings. Okay. You don't got to be flashy. You know what I'm saying? You got it, bro. You want to add something?
Yeah, I was just saying, what you was echoing what you were saying, but I had Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. I got it says, trust in Yahawah with all thine heart and lean not into thine own understanding. So, like in that itself, is going to promote patience within, because the promises, is coming after this life there that we facing. So if you endure patiently, in the truth, while seeking guidance from Yahawah through the scriptures, is far better than, just walking in darkness without guidance.
That's it. Yahawashi is the flashlight. He is the light. He's the truth. He's going to get us through. So, hey, any questions of any kind? All right. Y'all can ask them now. Okay. We about to get up on out of here. I know you just got off work, bro.
Yeah, I am a little tired. Was just relaxing and everything last night after I got off late. But I always make sure, I still watch the videos and read up on stuff. So I'm about to take a late night shower, probably eat a little bit and then just chill with the fam.
The brother said, will the elect only bring back the 2/3 from his family and seed line, or just Israel in general? All right. So with that, Israel in general, okay? Because think about this. Certain seed lines, is going to get wiped out completely. He's picking 2 from a city, 1 from a house. All right. So let's say a whole, because you know how it was separated into clans when you get down into it, like Judah, and then it was separated to a certain clan. All right. So, as long as a brother's Judah, he going to bring back Judites. As long as a brother's Issachar, he going to bring back Issacharites. We all really cousins in some form and fashion. All right. So that's pretty much how it is. You know what I'm saying? We all cousins. So that's all it means, really. So you might bring back your neighbor or something that's your third cousin, somewhere down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Would I be wrong in saying that Isaiah chapter 65 verse 23 kind of like a line up with that, what you was just saying?
Let's get it. Let me go read it.
And say, they shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahawah, and their offspring with them.
I'm gonna go up a little bit, and I'm gonna let me see. I'm gonna start at 17 because this ties into Revelations 21. New heavens and a new earth. 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. If you could, bro, give me Zechariah 13:8, verse
Con.
20. There shall be no more hence, Slakia, there shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the works of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahawah, and their offspring with them. So it's talking about really the righteous coming,
Okay.
the
Okay.
seed of the blessed, right? As he said, mine elect, you know. Now we know all of Israel shall what? Shall get an everlasting salvation. So really all of Israel is blessed, but at this point in time, that's why you about to read the Zechariah, you have 1/3 and 2/3. And that right there automatically lets you know that 2/3 of our people, majority of them are wicked. You know, so the right point to make it easy and simple is the righteous is gonna bring back the wicked. All right, the righteous is gonna bring back the wicked. Right? You can read it, bro.
All right, Con. This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahawah, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Okay, I see how you. All right.
So going back to JK with the question, will the elect only bring back the 2/3 from his family and seed line, or just Israel in general? But like I said, we all cousins. So the question is, yeah, you just gonna bring back the 2/3 from your family and seed line, which is really everybody else, because we all cousins. You know? That's pretty much it. Because I remember you had a brother. Damn, who was that, man? I can't remember. Jake be saying whatever. Jake, like, this dude was like, well, what about when we get to the end of all the seeds that was ever created? The Most High is just going to create more. He's just going to create new souls. All right? He's just going to continue. We're going to forever be fruitful and multiply. So it's not going to get to a point where we just going to stop, you know? We're going to continue to go. We're going to expand and expand and expand and expand the entire universe. Galaxy upon galaxy upon galaxy upon galaxy, man. So those type of questions are like, what about, you know, when the Most High, you know, he does not have a limit. Okay? It's no limit to him. He can continue it. He can keep it going. But yeah, anything else? As a matter of fact, I got a precept. I can get on that. For anybody that's never heard that, this is Isaiah 60 and 22. And I start at 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahawah, will hasten it in his time. All right? So a little one, all right, one of us shall become 1,000. How? Am I going to split into 1,000 people? No. You're going to have 1,000 seeds and more. You're going to become 1,000. And a small one, a strong nation. We're going to, as I said earlier, we are going to be patriarchs. Yahawah, we be those men. We are going to be patriarchs. We are going to form nations. When you look at this, these are nations, man. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. These are nations in themselves. Now, they're all a part of the nation of Israel, but it's like they broke off into sub-nations. Puerto Rico, Cuba, Paraguay, Brazil, Argentina, Chile. You know what I'm saying? We are nations in a nation. So that's how it's going to be. You're going to have Israelites from us, which are all these different type of nations. So you're going to be the father of a nation. Shoot, that's a lesson right there. You are going to be the father of a nation if you are in that spot. When we say brothers is going to have planets, bro, you're going to have a planet. On that planet, it's going to be all your kids. You're gonna produce. You know? So you got to think big. You got to think real big about this. This is what they did at this point. This is the lowest level of kingdom that we ever seen. This right here. Esau's kingdom, Esau's rulership. This is the lowest level. Ours is going to be completely opposite. Completely opposite. They can't leave the earth. We're going to be able to leave the earth. You know, you got anything to add, bro?
No, I was just listening. Nothing to add.
You know, but that's it though, man. The Most High has for us prepared things that we can't even comprehend. All right. Everything that we want to desire, man. Yeah, exactly. Start thinking about Star Trek. They got all that from the scriptures. Star Trek, Star Wars, all of that. Think about those type of things. All of that is coming from the scriptures. Think about all of that. You know? Brothers on ships, brothers on chariots, brothers on ships. What is that? Hyper jumping through space? You jumping from this, because we're going to have to do that. Brothers is actually jumping from one galaxy to another galaxy. Through the chariots. That's what the chariots do. When you see the chariots in the sky, they go from one dimension to another dimension. That's why they go so fast. They go like that. They're jumping from one dimension to another dimension. Going from the third dimension to the fourth dimension. Yep, invincible. Yep. Vulture that's a perfect example. All right, Superman. Superman came from a different planet. All right, now, yeah, we come from Earth, but it's the same sense. I got you, sister. It's Rakah Kwadash. The sister asking, how can you spell Rakah Kwadash? It's Rakah Kwadash. You're like Star Wars. All right. If you ain't a sci-fi fan, I mean, you ain't got to be no sci-fi fan, but sci-fi is coming directly from the Bible. All right. All of that type of stuff. Man, I used to play No Man's Sky. Right. If brothers ever played that. And you can go from one galaxy to another galaxy. You have to hyper jump from one galaxy to another galaxy. Yeah, Brightburn, Project, what's that joint with Jamie Foxx? Project Power. Man, all these different type of movies, man. When you watch these things, watch them through the spirit. All right? I'm watching Heroes right now. I'm watching it through the spirit. We gonna have these type of powers. You know, I literally just said Star Wars and Star Trek. But I guess the brother Amawan trying to be my echo. And the brother Amataza just said that too. But yeah. You know, so sci-fi, think sci-fi. All right. When you think about Yahawashi, let's go there. Let's go ahead, bro. You got something?
No, I was just going to read Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. And it says, in that day shall Yahawah defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as power, That's the Halalyam of Yahawah before them. So right there, saying exactly what we're saying right now. Them incorruptible bodies, when the Hamashiach return, and thou, with spiritual powers, we're gonna be having levitation, super strength, and vulnerability, telepathy, Jean
Yeah.
Grey, X-Men, all that stuff.
I don't think brothers really comprehend what a body that can't die can do.
Right.
This means you can go in the ocean, bro. You will not die from drowning.
Eat if you want to eat. Like I don't even have to eat. I'm just eating because this is how I'm spending my time with my family. Like at that moment, we
Bro, that's
won't.
something my rib be saying. She be like, I'm tired of eating.
Right.
You know, that's what she be saying. I be like, yo, me too.
Yeah, for real, because it is a job. Like sometimes you be thinking, like, man, I'm good right now, but I know if I don't eat, it's gonna be bad. It's like I can't not eat forever. So it's like, especially with the cost of food, so it's like you get annoying. Like
Yeah. But I mean, but we're transitioning into those mindsets.
right.
Shit, I'm not gonna eat today, man. It may be brothers may go weeks and weeks and weeks without eating in those new bodies. You
Kind,
know? That's the
kind.
thing right now with space travel. They can't travel to start. They can't get up out of here. They can't crack the ozone, so they can't get out. But if they could, they wouldn't really be able to make it. You know, food is a means to set them back. Now they got these artificial forms and shit like that. You know, but we'll be able to travel regardless, just
Right.
going because we don't have to eat. We don't have to worry about that. And then, like the brother brought out vulture mice, we can just simply fly if we want to. We don't need a chariot. We can simply fly and go through, or we could teleport like Goku, because Yahawashi teleported. So you can teleport from one planet to another. Man, I was watching, what is that? Dragon Ball Z Super, but it was the
Mhm.
manga where he was fighting. I think he was fighting Gas, and they was teleporting from each planet, fighting each other, and they would just teleport to another planet, teleport to another planet. You know, that's the type of stuff we'll be able to do, man. Exactly, bro. No need to sleep ever. You will not get tired. The angels don't get tired. The 24 elders praise and worship Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi all day, every single day. They don't get tired. Okay?
The end of all suffering. It ain't gonna be no more suffering or worrying. Like, and that's like big because so many people stress nowadays too. So you ain't gonna be no such thing as stress.
Yep. No such thing. Nope. That's rest. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to have rest. This is Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Yahawashi going into a chariot. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel. These are angels, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahawashi, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as you have seen him go into heaven. All right? So these think supernatural, man. We are supernatural. We're going to be that. Okay? That's what spiritual powers makes us. Supernatural. Extraterrestrial. Doing things that regular humans cannot do. All right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother said, I want to take a nap in a volcano. You know, it was a cool dream. That we going to be able to do that. Lava can't destroy us. All right? Acid, whatever they got out there, won't be able to destroy us. Simeon Toko. That's a story. If brothers don't know about that story, look that up. Simeon Toko. All right? How they chopped his body up, but it regenerated. Came back together. They chopped it up, put it in 4 different planes, flew to the 4 corners of the earth, and his body regenerated. That's what we're talking about. All right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, grounded up and still came back. That's what we're talking about. So we won't be able to die. And then furthermore, it's gonna be no opposition. Everybody's gonna be in slavery. No opposition. That's true rest. You know what I'm saying? True
God,
rest, man.
God.
Got it, bro. You wanna add something?
No, I was just saying, I was thinking the same thing. Like you got to realize that we are going to be the rulers. So it's like you're not answering to nobody, but Yahawah, Yahawashi. So everybody else is under subjection to you. So it's like you got true dominance over the heathen nations. So
Yep. And if man, for these bug outs that come in here and be like, I'm not in captivity, bro, you answering to somebody. You gotta go to work. All right. Let's say you own a business. You gotta answer to the government. You know, you gotta answer to somebody. Romans 13 is there. So you're not at a rest. When we in the kingdom, we just gotta answer to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's what it is. All right. He's going to set us up as kings and priests. A king has a kingdom, has a dominion, has power. He's going to give us places to rule. As he said, you did well over one city, I'm going to give you 10 cities. So he's going to establish you and set you up. All right? So that's it, man. Yahawashi hasn't done that to us yet. So we're not in the new covenant yet. We're not in those everlasting bodies yet. We are still in bodies that which deteriorate and we suffer in these bodies. You're suffering. You're going through ailments, sicknesses. You can get sick. You got it, bro.
Con, I was just going to say, yeah, like 'cause it say over in Revelation chapter 2, verse 26 to 27, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So clearly, right there is showing you that we're not in a new covenant because you have to keep it until the end, and we didn't reach the end of this world yet. And when that time comes, then if you keep the doctrine, remain faithful and diligent, he'll give the power. He'll give you power over the nations. So it's like it is crazy when you hear Christians and everybody else, talking about they living in the covenant. They working out their own salvation because they balling, big spending, got a mansion, got a Benz, first class here, first class there. It's like, bro, like you said, you still paying taxes. You still got to work for somebody. You still on somebody's payroll. Like you still reporting to the IRS. So it's like, there's no way you could say you in a new covenant.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. So exactly, like just exactly that. That we are not there yet. None of this took place.
That's it,
So
bro.
like, mhm.
That's it, man. But hey, we could go on with this all night. I'm gonna ask one more time any type of questions. Anybody got any type of questions pertaining to anything biblical before we shut it down? All right. Anything. When am I gonna see Leviathan? Bro, I don't think you want to see Leviathan. All right. Yeah, calm, Malak. Yeah, glad we got to do this, bro. But JK, come on, bro. That's in the last days. Like, that's when this shit is over. When Godzilla, Leviathan come up out of the ground, come up out of the water, pretty much Yahawashi gonna be here. Okay? That right there, that's what? Why would I know the answer to that? What? All right, let's get that for the brother Gabriel. That's a good question. All right. This is, let me see, where is that at? I never knew you. I never knew you. This is Matthew 7 and 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. So tied into his name, if they don't know the name, let's say, bro, you call it on Yahuwah, Shia, Yahweh, Yeshua, you call it on all that. Yeah, he never knew you. Okay? But why he's saying, get away from me, I do not know you, or I never knew you, is because you thinking, because you got a zeal and you preach and you do all of this, you thinking that he's dealing with you. But honestly, you never knew him. And he never knew you because you never figured out his name. You never seeked his name. You never got in line. You wasn't drawn to him. Yahawah did not draw you according to John 6 and 44. So therefore, you wasn't given to Yahawashi. So he never knew you. He never dealt with you. He never got intimate with you. Yahawashi is intimate with us. He's supping with us. He's showing us things. He knows us. We know him. We study him. We love him. We serve him. Right? We try to do things that are, as we read in Sirach 20, we try to please him. Man, let's read that again. Man, that hit so hard, man. Sirach 20 and 27. A wise man shall promote himself to honor with his words, and he that hath understanding will please great men. He that tilleth his land shall increase his heap, and he that pleaseth great men shall get pardon for iniquity. The greatest is, once again, Yahawashi, and Yahawah is the greatest. So we are pleasing those great men. So he's going to pardon us. So we knew him. If you aren't pardoned from your iniquity, then you was doing something wrong. And it had been given a chance for you to get right, but you denied the brothers. So if you deny us, which we are the voice, the mouthpiece of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, then you deny him. Because as he said, my sheep, you have fed me, you have clothed me, you have housed me. They like, yo, when we do that? He like, because you helped my little ones. Right? We did the proper thing. We did the correct thing. You know what I'm saying? But these other individuals, they heard Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi preaching on the corners, and they denied him. They went against him. They scoffed. They mocked. They said that's not the name. So that's what it's talking about. Okay? Who is that on the bottom of the 12 tribes? Mexicans? Yes, Issachar. So-called Mexicans. Issachar. All right? You know? So, Gabriel, you got that? Acts 4 and 12, too, to add to it. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. So if you don't know the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, then he's not going to know you. He doesn't know you. The name is really the first thing, because that's who you pray to. That's who you call on. That's what you're saying every single day. That name. You know? All right. So any more, man, before we wrap it up. Any more, before we wrap it up. Bro, Deb, you got anything?
No, I don't have nothing to add.
So hey, with that being said, all right, hold up. This brother got a question. Just ask it, bro. He said, explain this to me. Explain what? Explain what, bro? How can we tell when the last days are? Hey, Deb, you know that? Do you know when the last days began?
We in the last days now.
I know, but do you know when they started?
When they started, I would say the last days started as soon as Yahawashi, came back from the dead and he went up. I would say
Yep.
around then. I was like,
God, that's it. When Yahawashi died,
mhm.
all right, when he got on that cross and did what he did, that's when the last days started. All right. To the brother Snip Jr. So that's when the last days started. Okay. All the certain things which he prophesied had to happen. So we've been in the last days for over 2,000 years. Okay. Yeah. How long that was? 2,000 years ago. Yes, indeed. We've been in the last days for 2,000 years. All right. Now, these are the last days of the last days. These really the last seconds of the last days. You know? All right. Yahawashi told us about what? The first woe, the second woe, World War I, World War II, and the third woe cometh quickly, World War III, you know? So we've been in those last days. Now, what do you see now? Snip, you see pestilence, sickness, famines, all right? You see rumors of wars, okay? You said, what should we look for? The Antichrist now? Come on, bro. Nah. All right. Let's go into this, man.
Could I bring out this? I think this could kind of help a little bit too, like what to see.
Yeah, bring it out.
I got 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 through 3. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. So you see all this already right now. There's not one thing up here that you can't say you don't see currently, unless you like living under a rock. So this would definitely let you know that the end times already are beginning and just ramping up.
Yeah. All right. Now this is 1 John 2 and 22. Who is a liar, but he that denieth that Yahawashi is the Hamashiach, he is Antichrist, that denieth the Father and the Son. So we're not looking for one particular dude, man. Okay? It's many Antichrists, anti-Hamashiachs. Anybody that denies Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. I see you got Yahuwah in your bio. So therefore, you will fall into the category of being an anti-Hamashiach because you're calling on a different name. You're denying that Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is the correct names. You understand? So you will fall into the category of being anti-Hamashiach. So anybody that goes against the scriptures is anti-Hamashiach. All right? Now to help you out on that journey, look up when the letter U was created. Look up who brought that into our language. Look up who gave you that name. And you'll find out that Yahuwah is not the name. You said Yahuwah is the name in Arabic. Son, that's all. Did our king speak Arabic? I'm asking this to the comment board. Did our king Yahawashi speak Arabic? Did our king Yahawashi speak Arabic?
There better be like I or hell no's in that comment.
Look what the brothers is telling you. No, he spoke Hebrew. He spoke Paleo Hebrew, right? You say he spoke Aramaic. Are you sure, bro? Come on, man. That's incorrect. All right? Let's go to Acts 22, verse 1. Men, brethren, and fathers, hear ye my defense, which I make now unto you. And when they heard that he spake in the Hebrew tongue to them, they kept the more silence. And he saith, now, this is Paul speaking. And he's speaking in what? The Hebrew tongue. To what? To the Pharisees. Paul's defense before the Jews. He's speaking in the Hebrew tongue. To them, they kept the more silence, and he saith. So all of this is coming in the Hebrew. Now you go to Acts 24, you go down here, all right? So like Acts 26 and 12. Whereupon, as I went to Damascus with authority and commission from the chief priest, at midday, O king, I saw in the way a light from heaven, above the brightness of the sun, shining round about me and them which journey with me. That's a chariot. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue. This is Yahawashi speaking. Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And I said, who art thou, Yahawah, Lord? And he said, I am Yahawashi, whom thou persecutest. But rise and stand upon thy feet, for I have appeared unto thee for this purpose, to make thee a minister and a witness, both of these things which thou hast seen, and of those things in the which I will appear unto thee. So for you saying the Bible was written in Aramaic, which that's 100% incorrect. This shows that your research skills are off, brother. Okay? The Bible was written in Hebrew, the Old Testament, and then the New Testament was written in what? In Greek. And parts of it was written in Hebrew. Okay? It was not written no Aramaic. Aramaic actually comes later on. So you're believing what the YT man has told you. Okay? That's why I told you. Look up when the letter U was created. Yahawashi did not speak Aramaic. I'm sure Google's going to tell you that he spoke Aramaic. But how does that make sense, bro? When the Maccabean period happened, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, all right, they preserved their ways. They spoke Hebrew. When did our people learn Aramaic? When? They were still in Jerusalem. They were still in the Holy Land. They were speaking Lashawan Quadash. Okay? You lived overseas. I lived overseas. What that got to do with anything? That has nothing to do with anything. You got it, bro.
No, I was just saying we got Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. For then will I turn to the people of pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahawah to serve him with one consent. So clearly, in this prophecy is letting you know that the Most High is restoring, the Paleo Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, returning it to us like we once had it. And he's giving it to the elect in the end days so you can properly worship Yahweh while Yahawashi in one accord. Without this name, we wouldn't be able to even make it into the kingdom. That would be him contradicting himself. And he does not do that.
Exactly. And this brother talking about you lived in Lebanon. Well, do you know what Lebanon's ancient language is? Do you know what Lebanon's ancient language is? This is Lebanon's ancient language. All right? That's the Lashawan Quadash. Abagadahawa za. All right? This is the ancient language of Lebanon. It's the Phoenician alphabet.
And that's a Shemitic language. So,
It's, boy,
Canaanites spoke Shemitic like they was
Canaanites.
still speaking.
It's a, boy, give me Isaiah 19 and 18, Baba Kashar.
All right, what's that again? You said Isaiah
19:18. Look at this. The brother said, I lived in Lebanon. All right, as the brother just told you, Lebanese, those that lived in Lebanon, Canaanites, this is what they spoke. Proto-Canaanite language. This is same vowel sounds. This is Yahawah, Yahawah. Okay? Then they went down to the what? The Phoenician. Canaanites spoke that as well. Those that lived in Lebanon. Okay? Yahawah. And then you got the Paleo Hebrew. Yahawah. And then, the Assyrian. Yahawah. Okay? So you're trying to say that our king spoke a language that nobody in that region spoke. The Pharisees did not speak that. The Moabites didn't even speak that. You can look up the Moabite stone and see that the Moabites actually spoke Lashawan Kodash, a different form of it. I'll pull that up for you right now. And you can bring it out, bro.
Khan, you said Isaiah chapter 19:18, right?
Yes, sir.
In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan and swear to Yahawah of hosts. One shall be called the city of destruction.
Con, and bring it up in the NLT if you got it.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Look at this. The Moabite language is an extinct Canaanite language from the northwest Shemitic family, spoken in the early first millennium BC in the region Moab, modern-day central western Jordan. It was closely related to biblical Hebrew and differed mostly in dialect. So everybody in that region, Ammon, Moabite, the Canaanites, us, the Philistines, we all spoke a similar tongue. This is how we were able to communicate with one another. That was the land of Shem. They were Shemitic. They spoke Shemitic languages. Bring it out, bro, in the NLT.
NLT, Isaiah 19, verse 18. In that day, 5 of Egypt's cities will follow Yahawah of heaven's armies. They will even begin to speak Hebrew, the language of Canaan. One of these cities will be Halapolis, the city of the sun.
Exactly.
NLT.
All right. They will speak Hebrew. That is a Canaanite language. All right. So, and we not saying this to down you or nothing, Snip. We saying this to try to help you, bro. Okay? Our king did not speak Aramaic. I don't care how many times the white man tells you he did. The white man is a liar, bro. He's a snake. He's a serpent. He's an adder. He's a viper. You understand that? That's what he is. You falling for the venom. You falling for the poison. I just showed you ancient Lebanon language is a Canaanite language. I showed you the Moabites, which are the Chinese. They spoke a Canaanite language. I showed you we spoke a Canaanite language. All right. The Lashawan Kodash. It's no U's, E's, O's, V's, J's, or F's in our language. So the name can never, ever, and never, ever will be Yahuwah. Yahawashi did not come down here and speak an unpure language. He spoke the Lashawan Kodash. His parents were Hebrew. Both of them. That's why when you brothers don't actually read First Maccabees, Second Maccabees, bro, you're disconnected. You don't understand what happened during the time of the Greeks. You're disconnected. You know? Now, hey, man, I'm going to get up on out of here. We done took all the questions that we going to take. All right. So, hey, Deb, you got anything, bro? I'm asked you last time.
No, I'm good. I appreciate you for having me, though.
Hey, appreciate you for coming up, bro. We got to do this more often.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get your feet wet.
Get my feet wet. Yeah, it's like the second time. I think the third time won't be like the time for me.
Yes,
if
sir.
not 7 for completion.
Hey, but three is for understanding.
That's true.
You got it. Bro. So the water for coming through. Hey, I'm gonna turn to the east. Giving all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. As always, Shalawam, Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right. I'm gonna say this one more time. Brothers that be doing lessons, make sure you saluting the hopeful elect. All right. And Kwam Yasharahla and Abad Babal. All right. Somebody mute Cupcake, man. She in the comments making jokes, man. Get her ass up out of here. All right. So hey, with that being said, hey, Shalawam, bro.
Shalawam.
With that being said, keep the faith, brothers. Shalawam, shalawam.